Hello, you beautiful people. How are you doing? I am back again and answering the question, the request, the call from you guys as to who I think will win the major and also who I think will get through the groups. It's all about predictions today, and the major is starting very, very shortly, and I cannot fucking wait to get into this. I'm so hyped. I'm so stoked. It's going to be awesome. $1 million on the line in prize pool. It is the biggest major we've had to date with some of the biggest teams as well. There's a lot of storylines. Group D, the group of death. D for death. Apt, I would say. Group C, consistency. Again, nailing it with the groups. Group A and B, I think, are the easiest to predict, so we're going to go through them first. Important to mention that the first few games of each group will be best of ones. The only best of three will be the deciding match to determine which is the second team that progresses through into the playoff stage. So that also throws a lot of credence to the idea that twists, turns, and upsets could all be very possible, as CS is such a volatile game and anything can happen on any given day. It's one of the reasons I personally love this game so, so much. So, Astralis, Counterlogic Gaming, Gambit Gaming, Team Dignitas in Group A. For me, Astralis absolutely should win this group. I can't see anyone really giving them too many issues. I think Astralis will be firm favourites to take Group A. So the question now for me is, which team's going to come second? And I will go with Dignitas. I think it's going to be a full Danish affair out of Group A. That being said, though, Dignitas, notorious for choking on LAN. They do struggle. They're capable of greatness. And having Cajun B on the team now, I think definitely gives them a couple more avenues for success. So I'm going to go with Team Dignitas, but Gambit Gaming and CLG could certainly get themselves through. Group B. Na'Vi, Ninjas in Pajamas, Optic Gaming, and Flipside Tactics. Again, easier group to predict. Na'Vi and Nip, I can't see it going any other way. Optic, very good team. One of the best NA teams, if not the best in terms of form. And in terms of potential, I think Liquid may have a couple things to say about that, who are also in this tournament, of course, the second NA team. But Optic will struggle, I think, to take down Nip. I can see Na'Vi going all the way through the upper bracket stage. I think they'll beat Flipside. Maybe Optic can surprise Nip in this best of one, but I think Nip will have too much for them going through into the lower brackets. I'm going to say Na'Vi, Nip going through Group B. Group C. Again, I said this, group consistency, because all these teams are known for being immensely inconsistent. They have crazy highs, but ridiculous lows at the same time. So I think this, alongside Group D, is the absolute most difficult group to call. So it may be easier to go through the matches individually and how I think it will come down. Liquid Envious. Liquid recently acquiring JDM. They have Simple again. In terms of individual talent, they are stacked, but so are Envious. You're looking at Kenny S, MBK, Apex. All these guys happy as well. Devil, capable of pulling their weight. Apex has been a monument, a man-mountain for Envious for quite some time now. They really require him to go ham with his entry frags, especially on T-sides. Kenny S, we all know what this guy is capable of doing, but he has been very quiet recently, especially in the major qualifiers. He was probably my most disappointing player overall. He just didn't really show up for Envious. I'm going to say Envious will take the game, but if Apex doesn't show up, then Liquid will probably win. So that'll put Envious through into the top, and obviously Liquid will drop down. VP Mouse, I think VP should have that game. Mouse are very capable. Nico, of course, one of the best players in the world for me personally. But VP on LAN are just, they're such veterans. They've been here so many times. They've been in this roster for so damn long. You've got Taz and Neo have been playing together for like a decade or something crazy. So these guys, I think the experience and the veteran nature of VP will shine through. And plus it's VP on LAN. Don't take that out of the equation. VP on LAN have the potential to beat any team in the world if they get going. You know, the whole VP Virtus Plow mentality that we hear so often. Maybe they can turn it back on. If they can, they'll get through to the latter stage of the tournament. There's no doubting that. So I think that Envious and VP will actually come through in Group C. But Liquid could absolutely take it. Mouse Sports in their day could go through as well. But VP, Envious. With Envious coming top. And here we are. We made it. We made it to the promised land. It's Group Death. SK Gaming, formerly known as Luminosity, Fnatic, FaZe, and G2. G2 hot, and this is a really important thing to mention. hot off the back of an ECS victory where they beat both Fnatic and SK to go through to the finals and win it. So these guys are on fire. Shoxy and Scream, the SNS combo, have been unbelievable. I would say over this last month or two, they have been the best duo in the world. So it's so hard to see FaZe doing anything in this group. And any other group, I think FaZe would be favourites to maybe even come top. At least get second place. But in Group D, I think FaZe will come last. I can't see them progressing through. As much as it pains me to say that. It seems like with Kiyashima added in, they've been rejuvenated, resurrected. They've seemed to have a second gust of wind, but I don't see them getting through Group D. This top match is going to be absolutely amazing to watch. I cannot wait to see SK Gaming play G2. I actually think G2 could take this in a best of one. I'm going to say G2 go through here. And this is where the most controversy is going to come from my predictions, because I'm not just going to say that G2 will take the win against SK. I'm going to say that I don't think SK are going to get out of this group. I don't think they're going to be able to defend their title of the major champions. I think G2 and Fnatic will go through in this group and SK will drop by the wayside. Controversial, definitely. But that's what I'm feeling right now. I think Fnatic are my actual overall favourites. So spoiler alert, I think Fnatic will win the whole thing. I think SK are going to drop out, boys, in Group D. So playoffs, let's also re-emphasise the teams that I think will progress through from the groups in case you forgot. Astralis, Dignitas from Group A, Na'Vi, NiP Group B, VP, Envious Group C, and Fnatic G2 from Group D. So, the quarterfinals. Obviously, I don't know how the draws are going to come down. I'm not sure how it's going to work out. So I'm going to tell you which teams I think will get through to the semis. Again, I don't know if this is even possible because I assume if two teams are in the same group that they can't face each other until the finals, they'll be on opposite sides of the bracket. That's what I'm assuming. Maybe I'm completely wrong on that assumption, though. I think the last four teams in this entire event are going to be Astralis, and they'll have to face off against that curse again, of course. Na'Vi. I don't think anyone from Group C because they're just too inconsistent unless VP can turn on the plow. Envies have shown me nothing to make me think they could win this whole thing. And G2 and Fnatic. So again, Astralis, Na'Vi, G2, Fnatic in the semi-finals. Now, if the bracket goes the way I think and G2 and Fnatic can't play each other until the finals, I think the finals will be just that. I think we'll have a rematch of a Group D game, which will be this one, if the predictions go the way, so Fnatic coming through with G2. I think we're going to come full circle from this match to the grand finals. And I think Fnatic will win, but it will be a very close, hard-fought battle, with Fnatic just about edging ahead of G2. And this will cement G2 as being a real contender in every single major, every single tournament, as they proved at ECS. So I think Fnatic will take it, and G2 will come second out of Group D, the group of death. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Comment below, let me know. I know saying that SK won't make it out of groups is a very controversial thing to say, but I can't fight this gut feeling that G2 will beat them in the first best of one and they'll just slip away and I'll end up being knocked out. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.